into 4 to 20 milliampere control signal. Okay, 2 to 3 meter into 4 to 20 milliampere control signal. Okay, so a relay serves as two-position controller. So basically relay can means generally switch. Okay, serve as two-position controller to open or close an inlet valve. Okay, so there is a inlet valve which is controlled through a relay. Okay, and it is saying that the relay is closes at 12 milliampere and opens at 10 milliampere. Basically, relay is on at 12 milliampere and it is off at 10 milliampere. So, what is the question? Question is find the relationship between displacement level and current. Okay. So, find the relationship between displacement level and current. So, first you have to find out what is the relationship between displacement level and current. Okay. Next, and the neutral zone or the displacement gap in meters. Basically, it is saying that relay is opening at or on at 12 milliampere while it is closed at 10 milliampere. So basically, there is a 2 milliampere gap. Okay, in which it is staying in neutral zone. Okay, so the neutral zone means, so if let's say it is at 11 milliampere, okay, and it is initially off, so it will remain off. So if it is 11 milliampere and relay is on, okay, previously it is on, so it will remain at on position, okay. So it will off when it is reaches 10 milliampere. So that's why you have to find the neutral zone, okay. So that is in your two-position controller mode. So first solution we will go through. So relationship, it is saying that it is linearly, okay, linearly conversion, okay. So first we have to find the what is the linear equation. Linear equation is y equal to mx plus c, isn't it? Yes or no? I can say that. So it is saying that it is linear in nature. So I am saying that h. So c is y intersection, okay. So C, I can say that h equal to k into I. So k is some proportional factor, okay. So some constant. So h equal to ki plus h naught. So basically y equal to m. This k represent your m, okay. So I is your x, okay, plus h naught is equal to c. You can relate like that, okay. So it is a linear equation. So there is two parameters given. So one is it is linearly convert displacement of 2 to 3 meter into 4 to 20 milliampere. So 2 meter is its base and 3 meter it is max. Okay. So 2 meter represents equal to k into 4 milliampere plus h naught, while 3 meter equal to k into 20 milliampere plus h naught. Okay. So if you go through this these two equations, you can easily find what is k and what is h naught. I don't think I need to tell you how to find from these two equations. You can do on your own, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you can find that k as well as h naught. So it is solved here. So k is, it is some k is 0.0625 meter per milliampere, while h naught is 1.75 meter. Okay. So your equivalent now, what is your equation? Equation is h equal to ki, okay, ki. So in k you can write down this value, while in h naught you can write down this value. Okay. So now I should find out when relay closes at 12 milliampere, what is the liquid level height? Okay. So I can find out by this formula. So Hh I am finding it out as K, I am putting this value, this K, and current is 12 milliampere plus Hh is 1.75 meter. So, sorry, this is H naught, okay. So Hh is, okay, or H high level. So H high level is 2.5 meters. Okay, H high is 2.5 meter, while H low is occurs at 10 milliampere. So I am simply putting that formula, current formula, okay, equation, and I am finding what is the low level. So low level is 2.375 meter. Okay. So then question arises, what is the neutral zone? Neutral zone is HH minus HL. Okay, so that is your neutral zone, within which your controller will stay whatever position it is. Okay, so if it is on, it will remain on. If it is off, it will remain off. So if you go beyond that, it will on or off. It will do as per the requirement. Getting my point? Okay. So this is one example of your two-person controller. Okay. So previously we are discussing about controller modes. So first we have discussed discontinuous control mode. So today we will basically go for your continuous control mode. Okay. So in this class, I think we can only we can finish up to that proportional control mode. So we'll start with your continuous control mode. Okay. So first thing is that the most common controller action used in process control is one or combination of continuous control mode. Okay. So it is written that it is maybe one or it may be combination of more than one continuous control mode. So basically in continuous control mode, if you see, there is proportional control mode, there is integral control mode, there is derivative control mode. So basically it is when you select only proportional, it will be a single control mode. So when you add proportional integral, that will your composite control mode or PI control mode. Like you can add PID and PD like that. Okay. Sorry. So what happens in your continuous control mode? Okay, so basically it is very simple. In discontinuous, in a error band, your control output is specified. In this, like in your this one, multi-position. So error band is this to this, then controller output is 0%, then it is 50% in this two range. Okay, error range. It is when error is greater than E2, then it is 100% like that. But what happens in your continuous mode? Okay, so continuous mode, control mode, the output of controller changes smoothly in response to error or rate of change of error. Okay, so similarly, let's say when your error is 1%, your controller output is 1%. I'm just giving you an example. Okay. Sorry. When similarly, when your controller error is 2%, then your controller output is 2%. Okay, like that. So next we will go for your proportional control mode. Okay, so basically it is the, we can tell that the first statement written that the two-position control mode has a controller output of either 100% or 0%. Okay, it is either on or off. Okay, depending on error being greater or less than your neutral zone. Neutral zone tar com hele 0. Okay, so if it is greater than that, it will be 100% like that. So when you go multiple position mode, more division of controller output versus error are developed. Okay. So the logical extension of this concept is a proportional mode. Okay. Where a smooth linear relationship exists between your controller output and the error. Means, like I have previously told you, when your error is 1%, your controller output is 1%. Okay, so it is, I can tell that it is discretely point at each error points. Okay, so if you take error 1%, then your controller output is something. When you take error is 2%, so it is something. When error is 3%, it is something. Okay, like that. So proportional controller mode is expressed by P equal to P is your controller output. Okay. So P is Kp into EP plus P naught. Okay. So or P0. So what is Kp? Kp is the proportional gain between your error and your controller output. Okay. So basically it is a gain block. You are just adding a gain block. Okay, while you can vary this gain. Okay, you can keep the gain 1 2 3 4 like this. Okay, numerical values. So what is P0? P0 is controller output with no error. Okay, so I am previously told you that whenever there is no error also, your controller should put some output to make it make the set point. Okay. So when your output matches your set point or your controlled variable is matches your set point, at that point there should be no error, but your controller should put some output so that your process should run. Okay. Getting my point? So your controller mode is basically sorry, P is equal to Kp plus Ep plus P naught. Okay. So that is your proportional mode equation. Okay. So this is very linear equation while Kp is proportional gain. Okay. So Ep, what is Ep? P is the error. Okay. Error. So this equation if you see, okay, so I have told you at each value of error, okay, at each value of error, it has a unique value of controller output. Okay, you have to remember this one. At each value of error in your proportional controller mode or continuous controller mode, okay, so basically proportional control mode is an example of a continuous control mode. Okay, so each value of error, it has a unique value of controller output. Okay, so any error value that should be a particular controller output. Okay, so that there should be no range. Means you cannot tell that from 2 to 3% error, okay, or 2 to 5% error, your controller output is just 1, or controller output is 2% or 3%, anything. Okay, you cannot say like that. So for each value of error, it has a unique value of controller output. Okay. So the range of error, listen this statement carefully. So the range of error, okay, range of error to cover the 0% to 100% controller output is called proportional band. Is called proportional band. It is the range of error. Getting my point? Disconnected or not? Okay. So, what is it is, once again I am saying it, okay, try to understand the range of error. The range of error to cover the 0% to 100% controller output is called proportional band. Okay, so if you see from here, take this example. From this, so initially whatever error is there, so it is off. Okay, so when error is varies from this to this, okay, this to this, okay, so it is varying from 0 to 100%. Okay, so to cover 0 to 100% of controller output, the range of error, this range of error is known as your proportional band. Getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are seeing that there is another line over here also. So there is another line if you see. Okay, there is one line over here and one line over here. Okay, so for this line, your proportional band is this much. While for this line, your proportional band is this much. So one point is mentioned that it is wide band proportional band, one is narrow band. Okay, so someone should ask why it is like that. Okay, so when this is depends on your system gain, okay, Kp value, or it is written over here is G. Okay, so think like that. From this equation as well, you can refer. Okay, this equation what is that? P equal to Kp into Ep plus P naught. Okay, Kp in P equal to Kp into Ep plus P naught. Okay, forget about P naught. Okay, it is a constant value. It will be always be there. Okay, so next, see, if K value is increases, K value is increases. So your P value will increase. Yes or no? Your controller output will increase. Suppose, okay, suppose your Kp is 1, Kp is 1 and Ep is 1%. So your controller output is now 1%. Okay, so now what happens, your Kp is 2. Now your controller gain is 2. Okay, so what will happen if Kp is 2, so 1% when error is 1%, your proportional output will be 2%. Okay, or controller output will be 2%. Similarly, when error is suppose error is 20, okay, proportional output or your controller output will be 40. Okay, so here what will happen? To cover from output or your controller output from 0 to 100%, your range of error will decrease. Yes or no? Yes or no? Getting this point?
Sir, please repeat.
Okay. So your what is proportional band? Proportional band is nothing but it is the range of error to cover the controller output from 0% to 100%. Okay, controller output 0% to 100% vary करिया पाई जेतिकी जो रेंज ऑफ एरर तुमको दरकार सेटा को हम कोन कहूची प्रोपोर्शनल बैंड। ओके, मु एठी देखो गेन मु इनिशियली 1 रखिली मु गोटे वैल्यू दोची जोति पई तुम बुझी परिबो। ओके, सो इफ आई कीप kp is 1 and error is 1%, okay, p is 1%, when error is 2%, p is 2%, like that it will linearly increase, it will linearly increase. Yes or no? Getting this point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, now just see Kp is 2. Now see Kp is 2. Okay. Kp is 2. What will happen? If Kp is 2, what will happen? So 1% error will be result in 2% output. Similarly, 2% error will result in 4% controller output. If error is now 50%, it will result in 100% controller output. So now your line will looks like this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now your error band, this is your error band. This error band will decrease. Okay. So we can find this from another equation. This is your proportional band equation. Pb equal to 100 by Kp. Okay. It is nothing but it is comes from this equation only. Okay. Error band is error or proportional band is from error. Okay. So E equal to, I can say it is proportional to P by Kp. P by Kp. So it is come from that point only. So Pb equal to 100 by Kp. So 100 represents 0% to 100%. Okay. So that's why it is 100. So 100 by Kp. So if Kp is 1, your proportional band is 100% or it will increase like this. When Kp is 2, it will increase like this. When Kp is let's say 4, it will increase like this. Okay, it will increase rapidly, sharply. Okay, so 25% error will result in 100% of your proportional band or 100% of your controller output. Getting my point? বুঝি পড়ছো কি বুঝি পড়ো? This one.
25% error.
ଦେଖ ଯଦି ତମର ଗେନ୍ ବଢିଗଲା ତମର କେପି ର ଭ୍ୟାଲୁ ବଢିଗଲା କେପି ର ଗେନ୍ ମୁଁ ଏବେ ଧରିଦେବ କେପି କୁ କରିଦେଲି 5 କେପି କୁ 5 କରିଦେଲି ତାହେଲେ 20% into 5 equal to 100. So I can tell now 20% of error change, okay, 20% of error can result in 100% of your controller output. Yes or no? After that जो भी तुम्हारा error आसला more than 20%, 30%, then it will reach saturation. Okay, 100% controller output ହେଇଗଲା ପରେ controller ଆଉ ବଢି ପାରିବ କି? 100% ହେଇଗଲା, it will remain there, it will just on. Okay, getting my point? So just see. So in this diagram, what is happening? So generally P0, if you observe P0, so I am telling that controller output with no error. So controller output with no error is P0 is maintained at 50%. Okay, P0 is maintained at 50%. Okay, so if error is positive, your controller output is increase in this way. Okay, if error is negative, it will decrease in this way. Okay, that point is written over here. Okay, if the error is 0, the output is constant equal to P0. If there is error, for every 1% of error, a correction of Kp percent is added. Okay, so it is Kp percent, it is depending on your Kp. If Kp is more than 1 or Kp is very high, your controller output will be suddenly increased. Okay. So Kp is added, Kp percent is added or subtracted from depending on the sign of error. If error is positive, so it will be added. If error is negative, it will be subtracted. Okay. So there is a band of error about 0 of magnitude dB. Okay. So there is a band of error about 0 of magnitude dB within which the output is not saturated at 0 to 100%. Okay. So basically it is telling that this to this point. Okay. Beyond that it is getting saturated. So within saturation, that range is known as your proportional band. ବୁଝିପାରିଲ proportional band ର concept? ନା କିଛି doubt ଆସୁଛି? Everyone getting or having any doubt? Doubt ଅଛି ଯଦି ପଚାରି ପାରିବ ଆଜ୍ଞା. हेलो अरे डाउट अछि कि नहीं कहले मु नेक्स्ट जीवा.
No, sir.
Okay. So then here come the term offset. Okay. So it is written that proportional control mode is that it produces a permanent residual error. Okay. It will produce a permanent residual error in the operating point of control variable, in the operating point of or set point of control variable when a change in load occurs. This error is referred as offset. Okay. तार means कौन देखो ये point मार्क करो. Initially this is 50 रे थिला. Okay. So now your set point तमे तार किछि value रखिछो, your cross section is this one. This is your এই point रे तमरो कोन अछि, sorry this one old one. Okay, this line. When error is 0, okay, so your set point is something which will result in 60% of your, let's say this is 60%, let's say this is 60%. So your set point is like that, your controller output is 60%. Okay, 60% रे सेट हेले तमरा एरर इज 0. बुझि परछो? as per your requirement. Okay, always 50% रहियो बोली किछ माने नै. तमरा धर 60% केते बेले हबो? यदि तमरा देखो 2 मीटर पर सेकंड रे गोटे मीटर क्यूब पर सेकंड रे गोटे फ्लो रेट चलछि. ओके, तमे सेट पॉइंट बे 3 रे रखिछो. So you have to increase the controller output so that your flow rate will matches to 3 meter per second or 3 meter cube per second or discharge. Okay, so you should increase your controller output like that. Okay, so what it is saying that when you change the load, okay, when you change the load from let's say 60 to 3 meter per meter cube per second to let's say it is now 1 meter cube per second. Okay, you change the set point or you change the load. Okay, so when a load change occurs, that required a permanent change in controller output. Okay, now your output is, so controller output permanent change is required. Okay, to produce zero error state. Yes or no? बुझी पारुछ कि नहीं? ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମର load ଗୋଟେ certain range ରେ ଅଛି, ତମେ load means what is load? It is nothing but your, what is the load? Load कौन? System variables. Okay, so धर तमर system रो भाभी सब भूल जाओ, तम भाव धर खाली controlled output रो set point तमे रखिछो केते रे 40 रे रखिछो. Okay, initially it is, let's say it is 60. Now it is decreased to 40. तमे जदि 40 रे मैच करिया चाहूछो ताले कंट्रोलर आउटपुट भी डिक्रीज हवा दरकार, परमानेंट चेंज हवा दरकार कि नहीं. Okay, so this is known as your offset error. Okay, so what is saying that in proportional control mode, okay, it is produce a permanent residual error in the operating point of control variable when a change of load occurs. Okay, this error is referred as offset. Okay, so I'll give you one mathematical example so that you can understand it better. Okay, so okay, so first, before going to the mathematical, I just want to know few things from you. So first one is, this is a open loop system. This one, this one, yes or no? So what is this transfer function? Transfer function is Cs by Rs. So it will be 1 by tau s. Okay. So 1 by tau s, it is written. So when you make it closed loop, unity feedback, okay, unit feedback or negative feedback closed loop, okay, what will happen to its transfer function? So it will changes from, okay, so how it will change? Okay, so it is very easy to write. Okay, so first tell me, what is the standard formula for your closed loop control system when your forward path gain is G of S and feedback path is H of S? What is the standard formula?
1 by 1 plus G of S into H of S.
1 by
1 plus G of S into,
okay, in numerator there is no G of S.
no sir.
Are you sure?
G of S, 1 plus G of S into H of S, and gain is also multiplied if there is there.
Okay, okay. So good. Okay, so G of S divided by 1 plus G of S H of S. So it is standard formula. Okay. So when a transfer
ଦିଟା
open,
case
what?
negative feedback sir negative feedback रे sir ଦିଟା case ଆସିବ ନା ଗୋଟେ negative feedback ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ
No. I am commonly telling about negative feedback. Okay. I am not asking about positive feedback. Okay. So when you go for oscillators, then you will go for that positive feedback. So otherwise you generally go for your negative feedback. Okay. So so when there is a transfer function is given, open loop transfer function, when someone tell you to make it negative unit feedback system, so what will be its closed loop transfer function? So its closed loop transfer function is very easy. So you can just add the numerator to denominator. It is very easy. Okay. You just, if you solve using that formula also, you will get this result. Okay. Otherwise, you can simply add the numerator to the denominator. Okay. Like that you can take. That's why it is very easy. Okay. To convert the open loop to negative unit feedback system. Okay. So why I am telling this? So there is a controller. Okay. There is a controller. Here it is a proportional controller. So just some gain. Okay. So I am writing it like it is K. Okay. So I am telling it a plant transfer function, and I am taking that plant transfer function is a first order system. Okay. And I am writing it 1 divided tau is 1. The transfer function of your plant. Okay. So for your easy, I am making the measurement unit is 1. So it will be okay. So if this is the case, what will be its overall transfer function? Means what will be C by R. Okay. What will be its overall transfer function? So you can analyze the formula overall transfer function or closed loop transfer function using this similar concept I have told you. Okay. So in its forward path, what is there? K by K into 1 divided by tau s plus 1. Yes or no? Getting my point?
Sir, what is it?
Hello? No. Controller is just some gain. Here I am using P controller, means P controller or proportional controller is nothing but it will provide some gain only. Okay. K. That's why I am representing as K, variable gain. Okay. So plant transfer I am taking a first order system. 1 by tau s plus 1. So measurement is, so for your unit feedback system, measurement gain is 1. Okay. So now it is a unit feedback system. So what will be its closed loop transfer function? What will be C by R? I am asking. Or C of S by R of S. Okay. So if that is the question, so what will be its numerator or forward path? This is its forward path, yes or no? So what is forward path gain? It will be K into 1 divided by tau s plus 1, yes or no? This much? Yes or no? Sorry. So when you convert it into closed loop function, transfer function, so what will be it? So you just add the numerator to your denominator. So in numerator it is K only. Okay. So if you convert it into closed loop, it will be Tf equal to K divided by tau s plus 1 plus your numerator is K. Okay. So open loop transfer function will be, okay, forward path transfer function will be, okay, K divided by
Tau s plus 1. Hello? सनगा नेट पड़ेला कि
plus 1 should be there. Okay. So whatever this term will be, this will be time constant. Okay. Someone is saying something?
सर मझिरे से टिके डिस्कनेक्ट हेतला टिके आरंभ करे
What is Chinmay one saying P? Okay. YO. What is Tanmay? What is Tanmay saying?
Sir, I said that you were disconnected.
Okay, okay. Oh, you stopped at YO? Okay. Okay. So, now my voice is clear?
यस सर
Yes, sir.
So, just see. So, you have to make it time constant format. Suppose there is some other time constant, so you have to make it 1 by tau 1s plus 1. So, plus 1 format is there. So, another format is pole 0 concept. Okay. So, 1 by s plus alpha, like that format. Okay. So, whenever you are analyzing gain of the system, you should convert it into time constant format. Okay. So, what I have done, I have taken common 1 plus k from this one. 1 plus k from denominator. Okay. So net equation will be k by 1 plus k divided by 1 plus k. Okay. Into. Okay. So in numerator only, I have written it wrong. Okay. So it will be 1 divided by s. Okay. S into this tau divided by 1 plus k plus 1. Okay. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now its gain is, if you see, gain is k divided by 1 plus k. K divided by 1 plus k. So now see, its gain will never increase or will be 1. Okay. Its gain will never be 1. Okay. Its gain will below 1. Okay. So whenever you give some output or step response, okay, so this transfer function will never reaches to 1. Never reaches to 1. So it will reaches near to 1 but not 1. Okay. So this known as your offset. This known as this range. Okay. This range. this range is known as your offset. Okay, so see from this equation, your gain of the system is k divided by 1 plus k. Okay, so now suppose k is 1. So what will be the gain? Gain is, what will be the gain? If k is 1, what is the gain of the system?
Sir, gain.
Gain is 0.5, yes or no? This is the gain, k divided by 1 plus k. Okay, so if that is your gain of the system, if k is 1, what will be the gain? 0.5.
Yes, sir.
Getting my point? So if gain, for k gain is 0.5, so let's take k equal to 100. What will be the gain? Gain is nearer to 1, approximately not equal to 1, but nearer to 1. It will be 100 divided by 101. Yes or no? So if you take k equal to 10, so gain is 10 by 11. Getting my point? So देखो जदि हम गेन इंक्रीज करूची तार कौन कमुची, but it is reducing, offset is reducing, isn't it? My point is, whenever I am increasing the gain or k value, offset is decreasing. Getting this one, yes or no? अरे अच्छा कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
बुझी पारुछु से पॉइंट मैथमेटिकल देखियार रीजन सेति पई जे मु मैथमेटिकल देखैली. ओके, जे तमे जानि परिबो जे एक्चुअली कोन होउछ. गोटे फर्स्ट ऑर्डर सिस्टम नले जदि मु गेन इंक्रीज करी करी जाउची कोन होउछ, ताहले ऑफसेट कमी कमी जाउची. ओके, जदि गेन तमर नियर टू 1 हबो, तमे जहां भी इनपुट दबो दैट विल बी द योर आउटपुट. ओके, so but what will happen, okay, if your gain is increased? Another point is, when your gain is increased, okay, your maybe your offset may be less, okay, but your band will be this proportional band, okay, proportional band will be less, this one this band. Okay, so there is a limitation for your gain. If you increase your gain, okay, then your proportional band will be less. Okay, proportional band will be less, means percentage of error you can accumulate within your controller range is less, but your offset error is less. Okay, so that is one limitation. You can minimize your offset error, but your band is getting narrower. Okay, that is one limitation of your, if you increase your gain. Okay, so another point I want to make, similarly, if you take a second order system, okay, second order system तमर बढ़ा लान control system रे, अरे सेकंड ऑर्डर सिस्टम पढ़ाई छी कि नहीं?
पढ़ाएंगे सर.
Okay,
Fine.
okay. So from there you can observe that when you increase your gain, okay, its natural frequency will increase. Okay, its natural frequency will increase. Means, suppose that is a step response of your system is like this. Okay, and it is settling at some point. Okay, but when your gain is increased, so your system will like this. Oscillations will be more. Okay, and this peak value will be more when gain is more. Okay, that limitation is there, but you are not familiar with this word. That's why I am skipping it. So for now, just remember that whenever your gain will increase, your band will get narrower, and your offset error will become less, and your number of oscillations and peak value. This is known as your peak value. Okay, peak value will increase. Okay, you should remember this much.
sir ଏଠି gain block କୋଉଟା କହିପାରିବା ସେ ଯୋଉ diagram ରେ?
This one controller. This controller is nothing but your gain block only. K. Okay, proportional controller is nothing but your variable gain block. Okay. कौन कौन?
sir gain ଟା ତ k by 1 plus k ଆସିଲା ନା, ଖାଲି k ଅଛି।
कंट्रोलर मु गेन कंट्रोलर गेन केते देली के ताको जदि तमे क्लोज लूप सिस्टम रे करिवो से टोटल सिस्टम रो गेन केते आसले मु सेटा कहूछ। दिस इज द गेन ऑफ योर सिस्टम, दिस क्लोज लूप सिस्टम k by 1 plus k. Okay, into 1 divided by this much. Okay, getting my point? I am not talking about this gain is doesn't show your controller gain. This gain is representing your closed loop gain. Sorry. Okay.
Sir, if the system is no longer a unit feedback system, then so how offset mane tike basic offset da ko padiyo then?
If that is sorry.
If there is if the system is not a unit feedback, suppose if the feedback is 2, 3 or something like that,
Yes.
as the value
Yes.
will increase, so we have to give more offset so that it becomes 1.
But you cannot give offset. Offset is not required, first of all. Offset is if you are want to achieve 1, okay, you are achieving 0.9. Okay, so offset is 0.1. Okay, when you are achieving 0.8, your offset is 0.2. So no one required your offset. Okay, offset is not required in your system. Okay, it is due to this proportional gain. Okay, due to this proportional gain, there is a, you can say there is a minimal you can adjust up to some of offset, but you cannot eliminate that offset. As I can show you from this equation I have explained you. Okay, so जदि k रो वैल्यू बहुत कम अछि कोन होउची, ऑफसेट रो वैल्यू अधिक अछि। जदि k रो वैल्यू 1 अछि, गेन तमरो 0.5, तो ऑफसेट इज 0.5. जदि मु गेन रो वैल्यू 10 नेली ताले मोर ऑफसेट कमी गला। जदि गेन रो वैल्यू मोर देन दैट नेली ताले ऑफसेट वैल्यू आउरी कमी जिवो, लाइक दैट। बट ऑफसेट वैल्यू कमीवा, it is not only, it is one advantage, but with that also this band is getting narrower. Means with the smallest change of error, your output is increasing rapidly. Okay, whenever this line is like this, okay, whenever your line is like this, so your proportional band is only this much. For a small change of error, your proportional the controller output is very high. Okay, so it is hard to control. So basically, when your gain is very high, your proportional controller will just act as a on-off controller. Okay, so error jodi tikke adhika hela, it will be on. When error is negative, it will be off. Only two-state controller is you. Okay, so what is the advantage in that? So that's why you cannot just increase this gain. There is a certain limit. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think with this I will stop. Okay, I will continue with your next class. Okay, if possible I take another extra class tomorrow. Okay, so if you have any doubt up to this much you can ask, or otherwise we will stop here. Okay, want to ask anything?
Really हमको गेन एंड ऑफसेट से माने मिनिमम रखिया कथा ना आइडियल माने जदी आइडियल केस को जदी हम जिबा देन so gain should be less and offset should be also the minimum.
Offset should be less. First of all, offset should be less. And देखो, gain of the system. We don't concern about gain of the controller. This K value doesn't concern. We are concerning about this gain. Gain of the system. ମୁଁ ଯଦି ସିଷ୍ଟମ ର କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲର ଗେନ୍ କୁ ଭ୍ୟାରି କରି ସିଷ୍ଟମ ର ଗେନ୍ କୁ ଗୋଟେ ସର୍ଟନ ମୋର ଡିଜାୟାର ଲେଭେଲ ରେ ରଖି ପାରୁଛି ତାହେଲେ ସେଇଟା ପରଫେକ୍ଟ. ଓକେ, ସୋ ଆମ ରିକ୍ୱାରମେଣ୍ଟ କଣ? ଓଭରঅଲ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ର ଗେନ୍ କଣ ଆସୁଛି ନା କି କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲର ଗେନ୍. ବଟ୍ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲର ଗେନ୍ ହାଜ ଏ ଇଫେକ୍ଟ ଅନ୍ ଦିସ୍ ଓଭରଅଲ ଗେନ୍. ଓକେ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ତମକୁ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲର ଗେନ୍ କୁ ଗୋଟେ ସର୍ଟନ ଏକ୍ସଟେଣ୍ଟ ଠାରୁ ତମେ ଅଧିକ କରିପାରିବନି. କଲେ କଣ ହେଇଯାଉଛି ତମର ଯଦି ଏଇ ଫର୍ମୁଲା ୱାଇଜ this formula, your proportional band will be very less when Kp is very high. Okay, when Kp is very high, proportional band will be very less. A proportional band बहुत कम है वाले कौन है जीवो? Smallest size error will result in more controller output. Okay. ये जानियो चाहूँथिलो ना आउ कौन पचारथिलो?
ये जानक चाहथिलो. ठीक अछि, बुझियली सर.
Okay. Anyone having any doubt? आउ कार किछ प्रॉब्लम अछि? Otherwise, I don't.
एटा जो आपण सर fp इक्वल टू जो आस्थिला सर k by ts plus 1
K by
सेटा ts plus 1
this one.
आज्ञा हां सेटा ठीक
कोटा कोटा
से जो पूरा ऊपर लेक्चर नहीं देते जो
एटा
आज्ञा हां
दिस इज मु तुमको देखैली जे फॉरवर्ड पाथ रो ट्रांसफर फंक्शन केते होछि. ए गेन ब्लॉक ता जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई हेबो ना दिस वन रे प्लांट रे. सो मु फॉरवर्ड पाथ रो मु ट्रांसफर फंक्शन कहि परिबी k by tau s plus 1 केवल एटा रो k टा जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई हेबो ना k into tau s plus 1. सो ताकू जदी हम क्लोज लूप रे कन्वर्ट करिया k will be multiplied to your denominator. Sorry, k will be added to your denominator. तापर तम सिस्टम रो गेन जानिया पई तुमको टाइम कांस्टेंट फॉर्मेट रे कन्वर्ट करिया रो अछि. Okay, so here its new tau will be tau divided by 1 plus k. Okay, system रो टाइम कांस्टेंट चेंज हे वाला है. मन रखियो सिस्टम रो जदी गेन बढ़ेइबो ओके प्रोपोर्शनल कंट्रोलर यूज बेले तमे जदी सिस्टम रो गेन इंक्रीज करिवो द मेन लिमिटेशन इज सिस्टम रो ऑसिलेशंस बढ़ी जिवो. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्लास रे जदी पॉसिबल हैला मु तुम सेकंड ऑर्डर सिस्टम रो एनालिसिस करी देखिए देबी. सो फॉर नाउ आई कैन नॉट शो यू. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्लास रे हम देखिबो. ओके, सो थैंक यू एवरीवन. राइट योर नेम एंड रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर.